Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Joe Zone on sports. This is the Newswatch 16 update.
Good evening. It may be 4 weeks until Christmas,
but the holiday has already arrived for one family in our area. We told you about Bonnie Piazza and her 3 young children on Friday night. They lost everything in a fire at their home in Music, and the family has no insurance. Well, ever since Newswatch 16 aired the story, donations have been pouring in to help the family. As Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci reports, people like you are helping to write a happy ending for what started as a grim story.
Friday night, it was a scene of devastation at Bonnie Piazza's house.
Stay out here.
In minutes, a fire swept through her Music home, gutting it.
This is the kids' room. It's where it started.
But despite the devastation, today Bonnie and her children are relieved. Relieved because of the generosity of people like Louis Tallarico.
Well, I put myself in her position. Supposing I was in need.
Tallarico and others have come forward with donations of cash and furniture. Firemen still haven't counted all the gifts, but say people are being pretty generous.
There's been a lot of people calling from New York, all over the area, trying to donate things to Bonnie. And there's been people that stopped here at the host company and has dropped off clothes and money.
I'd probably be still sitting around crying and moping and feeling sorry for myself.
Does Christmas look a little brighter now?
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot brighter now.
It's still far from clear how soon Bonnie Piazza and her children will be able to start over. As you can see, they've got a long way to go. But it is nice to be reminded in this age of commercialism that there are some people who still remember the true meaning of Christmas. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Music.
volunteers in Lackawanna County are once again helping to make this a brighter holiday season for needy families. The volunteers have set up the Christmas Holiday Bureau to accept donations for those in need. Newswatch 16's Kathy Bellich says that the program has already started to help some people in Lackawanna County.
This is Mary Collins of Moscow. She's a single parent with 3 sons. This is one of them, 4-year-old Richard. She came to Scranton because she needs help at Christmas time. She wants to buy her sons gifts they'll enjoy, but she says without help she can't. So she signed up with the Christmas Holiday Bureau again this year. She says last year the Bureau brought another son happiness.
He wanted a racetrack set, which I couldn't afford. And then when I came down here, and then I had enough money, so I got him it.
What was his reaction when he saw it under the tree?
Very happy, surprised.
These volunteers from the Voluntary Action Center have been making it happen for more than 10 years. They give Christmas cash to about 2,000 families every year, but only with the help of donations. They're talking $65,000 in donations this year. So far, they've collected $6,000.
What if you had to raise $60,000 in 3 weeks? Well, that's what these ladies say they are going to do. They want to get those checks out to the 2,000 families they're helping by December 17th, just in time for Christmas. Kathy Bellich, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
Coming up, some changes that may be on the way in our income tax forms.
Plus, a little later, we'll tell you how you can wager on Williamsport, the story on the newest game in town, as Newswatch 16 Update continues.
Introducing the luxury van from Celebrity Coach. Unlike ordinary vans, this van was converted for luxury, comfort, and seating not available in a car or wagon. With 10 years experience, Celebrity Coach is northeastern Pennsylvania's largest custom van manufacturer, with vans already converted or available for conversion. The luxury van, only from Celebrity Coach, Route 11 Larksville, just outside of Wilkes-Barre. Dealer inquiries welcome.
I'm trying to locate him as Bree Daniels.
The search is on as a detective hits the streets of New York.
I've got to talk to somebody. I almost killed somebody.
I don't know where she is. She's left, but I'll find her.
I know you're his contact.
Jane Fonda in Flute. Tomorrow, right here on WNEP TV 16.
If you're among the 4 million Americans who own certain Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler cars, you may have to take your car to the shop soon. All 3 car companies are recalling certain models for different reasons. The GM cars being recalled are these models you see on your screen. All are 1978, 79, and 80 models. GM says the rear axle on some of these cars has been known to wear out, causing the wheels to fall off. The government says 30 people have been hurt because of the defect. GM says it'll fix the cars for free beginning at the end of next month. Chrysler is recalling these 1984 and 85 cars that you see now. Chrysler says some of these cars have been reported to leak gas and could cause a fire. Chrysler says it'll be ready to make free repairs in about 3 weeks. And finally, Ford is recalling some 1984 and 85 Tempo and Mercury Topaz cars, but only the models built before November 7th of this year are affected. Ford says the cars weren't properly aligned and your tires could wear out faster than they should. All 3 car companies are sending out notices to let car owners know about the recalls. If you have any questions, best thing to do is to contact your dealer.
If you're in the market for a new car or house, you'll be happy to hear that interest rates are coming down. Several major banks lowered the prime rate to 11.5% today. That's down 1/4%. The prime rate is the amount big banks charge their favorite customers, but whenever the prime rate falls, we usually end up paying less for the money we borrow. There may be some changes in the way we pay taxes to the federal government. The Reagan administration is calling it tax reform. Secretary of the Treasury Regan met with President Reagan today to go over the proposed changes. Basically, our present progressive income tax would be replaced by a modified flat tax. People making a lot of money would pay 35% of their income instead of the current 50%. Those with lower incomes would give between 25 and 15% of what they make to the government. But some poor Americans would pay no taxes at all. Also, under the tax reform plan, a lot of deductions would be phased out. You would no longer be able to deduct state and local taxes, union dues, casualty losses, medical expenses, and most interest payments. But deductions for interest on home mortgages would stay, but would be capped. And deductions for charitable contributions and IRAs would also be allowed. All in all, the administration says the reforms will lower the average person's taxes by about 20%.
The amount of milk the average person is drinking in the U.S. is down compared to 20 years ago. That's according to a national study. So Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini went out to part of Pennsylvania's dairyland, Susquehanna County, for reaction.
A 1962 Agriculture Department study showed coffee was the favorite American beverage. Milk was second, alcoholic drinks were third, and soft drinks were fourth. Well, a 1982 survey says the exact opposite order is true. Soft drinks have moved up to number 1, with coffee going down to 4th. That also means that beer has overtaken milk in the 2nd place. And that's bad news here in Pennsylvania's milk country. Since 1982, there have been several milk marketing promotions, including this recent ad put on by Pennsylvania dairymen on behalf of Keystone State Milk. The Clow Brothers Dairy Farm in central Susquehanna County pays 15 cents for every 100 pounds of milk sold to help support promotions. But the Clows feel farmers should not be doing most of the advertising.
Milk co-ops and the companies should advertise their own product.
The owners of this nearby dairy store feel promotion is the way for farmers to go if milk sales are to be increased.
Your alcoholic beverages and your soda pop, they're in front of the people constantly. And I think we're on the right track with this program that we started.
Jim Delp speaks with experience. That's because behind his dairy store, he gets milk from his own small herd. But this doesn't go to a dairy. Instead, all goes into a heating tank for sale to those who bring in bottles. Do you like the taste of this raw milk better?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you like the store kind?
Yeah.
Lois Delp agrees, saying dairies put too much water and other additives in processed milk.
I feel the reason people are drinking less milk is because what you buy in the store tastes so bad.
And many milk people in Susquehanna County believe that's the reason why milk sales are slumping. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Bridgewater Township, Susquehanna County.
Next, meteorologist Tom Clark will tell us how long the warmer temperatures will hang around.
Yeah, but Tom, this warm weather is not helping the ski resorts, you know.
Yeah, I can hear them moaning at Montage from here, you know, right across the I think we're going to see a repeat of what happened back in 1976 here tomorrow. What was that, you ask? Hey, give me about a couple of minutes here, Nolan. I'll explain what to expect when we come back. Hey, man.
No beaches around here. We don't have to worry about going swimming tomorrow either, right? Even though I understand it's going to be a little warmer, right, Tom?
It's going to be much warmer tomorrow, that's for sure. Outside now, it's perfectly clear overhead. The stars are out, and it's cooling off slowly now. Let's check the numbers at this late hour. Everybody in the 30s now, 35 here. Humidity is high, the wind is light, and the barometer is rising. Now, we had a high temperature Monday of 56, and the low was 26. 68 was the record high set back in 79 1 year ago tonight. We went down to 35 degrees. All righty, looking a lot like Christmas here across the northeastern counties of Pennsylvania. Beautiful. All righty, this cloud photograph coming up next, just in, and we can see look at these clouds here. Just a lot of rain falling beneath these clouds in Arkansas and Missouri, enough to cause some flooding overnight tonight, and the heavy rain is now edging its way towards Chicago. But out ahead of it, southerly winds will push 60-degree temperatures all the way from the Carolinas all the way up into southern New England tomorrow afternoon. But then a front, this front here, is going to push through and kick that mild air out to sea Wednesday night. And with that line, some heavy rain for us. All righty, coming up, my forecast for tomorrow, a soothing kind of a day. After a cold start, the sun will be out all day long, and temperatures at 62 at about 2 in the afternoon up there in Towanda, after a low of 27. Dunmore, 30 and 62. 24 in Mount Pocono, then bombing up to 61 in the afternoon up there as well, even in the elevations. Elysburg, 29 and 62, 29 and 61 in Hughesville tomorrow. That wind picking up will become quite gusty late in the day. Now, times of sunrise and sunset on a Tuesday, 7:04 is sunrise now. The sun sets at 4:36. Clear. The balance of this night, 30. The low, humidity quite high, some fog here and there in the morning for the rush hour. Sunny day, 62. That will tie the record set back in 1976. A rare kind of day. Not normal, but I think you'll enjoy it. Now, Wednesday will start out dry. I think rain will develop at the earliest about noon and could become quite heavy for an hour or two Wednesday night. Probably exceeding a half-inch of rain Wednesday night. 57 the high Wednesday. Partly sunny on Thursday, but not that much colder behind this next front. Temperatures staying mild into next week. So that's it. A balmy Tuesday.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. And incidentally, for those of you who are wondering if there will be school for the Wilkes-Barre area students tomorrow, there will be school tomorrow for the Wilkes-Barre area students and teachers. Coming up, the Williamsport and Atlantic City, what they have in common.
Plus, what the boys in the bar are saying about sports, and what the State Game Commission is saying tonight about the first day of buck season. Joe Zone and the 16 Sports Screen next.
It's free. You heard me right. Free. And it's the biggest giveaway of its kind. No one else has anything like it. Uncle Marty at Statewide Furniture wants to give you one of these 7-foot Christmas stockings filled with games and toys. There's no purchase necessary. Just stop in and register at Statewide Furniture, Route 11, Bloomsburg, or the new Sleep Shop at 141 West Front Street, Berwick. When you come in to register, check the prices on all of Uncle Marty's home furnishings, his Lazy Boy recliners and swivel rockers, as well as the full line of waterbeds at the Statewide Sleep Shop, Berwick.
Professional baseball is coming back to northeastern Pennsylvania. That's right, a stadium like this will be built between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre and ready for minor league baseball by 1987. This is your only chance to buy a charter season ticket. Northeastern Pro Baseball must sell 2,000 charter tickets to guarantee the stadium. Order your tickets now. Call 1-800-351-BALL. Pro Baseball is coming back. Be part of it. Call 1-800-351-BALL.
know someone who will be spending the holidays alone? Then join the NEP Holiday Project. With the singing voices of our area scouting troops, you can send a carol to a special elderly member of our community. On a postcard, send the name, phone number, and full address, including the county of the person you want to send a carol to. Include your name and phone number and mail it to Send a Carol. Request should be in by November 30th and will be considered on a first-come, first-served basis.
High school football still on the mind of Mr. Joe Zone.
A week to go. One more week. We've got a lot to do this week with it. We're going to start it off, though, with the capper on the high school football season. We're going to televise Saturday's Class A final between Wyoming area and Valley View. The game will be televised Saturday, 1 o'clock, live here on 16. And we'll, of course, have highlights and updates on that B title game between Hanover area and Tamaqua. Let's take a quick look now at the new Super 16. We've got some changes because things have changed around for you. Susquehanna's number 16. At 15 is Central Columbia. Number 14 is Wilkes-Barre and Myers. Number 13 is Lehighton. In at 12, Catasauqua. Number 11, Shenandoah Valley. Number 10, Bethlehem Liberty. Number 9 is Honesdale. Number 8, Mount Carmel. Number 7, Minersville. Number 6, Berwick. Number 5, Tamaqua. Number 4, Montoursville, only undefeated team in the area. Number 3, Hanover. Number 2, Wyoming area. And the new number 1 team, the Valley View Cougars. We had them number 1 at the beginning. They climbed back up there, and there they are, number 1, 11-1. The boys in the bar are talking football tonight. Tim Carlson and photographer Dave Bertram took their chances with the boys in the bar.
You know, these fans can get pretty tough, but somebody's got to do it. Tonight, boys in the bar at Claude's in Old Forge, and we're going to talk high school championship football. What do you think the final score is going to be between Valley View and Wyoming area?
I'll give it 40-33.
Wow, that's going to be a high-scoring one, huh?
Definitely.
Who do you think's going to win between Valley View and Wyoming area?
Wyoming area.
Why is that?
Because they're the Warriors.
Aren't they? You're from Wilkes-Barre. I got a feeling you're going to be a Wyoming area fan.
Sure, it's the toughest conference, Wyoming Valley Conference. You can't beat it. It's the toughest conference in the world. Come up here to Scranton, they got wimps playing. That's all, you know. I mean, Wyoming area, they're so tough. I mean, they'll get on the field and destroy Valley View.
Valley View all the way. I'm from the Mid-Valley, and I'm back on that team 100%.
Wait, you're from the Mid-Valley. You're not supposed to like Valley View.
You gotta, because they're a local town and a local team.
We heard from another guy down there that said that the Wyoming Valley Conference is the tough conference and that the Scranton, all the teams in Scranton, they play with a lot of wimps. Well, that's completely false. The Scranton Eagles brought a national championship in semi-pro ball to Scranton, and we're definitely going to see a high school championship come up to Valley View.
Why do you like the Cougars?
Because I'm from Archibald, and that's Valley View country.
What's the final score going to be?
14-7, a good defensive struggle.
And who do you think the star is going to be?
Frank Pizzali, who else?
I like Valley View.
Why?
And I'm from up in Oliphant, and I like them. I think they'll go.
Who do you think's going to win between Wyoming area and Valley View?
Valley View.
Why?
Because they're the greatest team on earth.
On earth?
On earth.
Definitely Valley View.
You going to be there?
I doubt it, but I'll try.
Well, you know, if you
have to work.
If you can't be there, you can watch the game on Channel 16.
Right.
Well, I got a feeling the Cougar fans are out in force tonight here at Claude's, but you Wyoming area people, you'll get your chance. Anyway, that'll do it for Boys in the Bar this week, and of course, next week, we'll be out around, give you a chance to talk sports on another Boys in the Bar. Tim Carlson, Newswatch 16 Sports. We'll see you later.
Wonder what that survey would have been like if we had done that at, say, a bar in Hanover. Let's check the college basketball. Top 20, the big boys playing. Georgetown is out in Hawaii, and you don't have to play basketball out there. You just relax. Oklahoma won tonight, 5th ranked. Also, number 6, Duke won. Number 13, North Carolina State won. And checking some local college basketball, Bloomsburg over Susquehanna. Kings beat Liberty Baptist. And St. Thomas over Misericordia. East Stroudsburg lost tonight. And a big win for LaSalle. Larry Koritz had 10 points.
Thanks, Joe. Next, place your bets on Billtown.
But first, those of you who bet on a number in the Daily State Lottery, tonight's winning number, daily number, is 984. We'll be right back.
Introducing the luxury van from Celebrity Coach, the area's largest custom van manufacturer. Route 11, Larksville, just outside of Wilkes-Barre. Dealer inquiries welcome.
I'm trying to locate a Miss Bree Daniels.
The search is on as a detective hits the streets of New York.
I've got to talk to somebody. I almost killed somebody.
I don't know where she is. She's left, but I'll find her.
I know you're his contact.
Jane Fonda in Flute. Tomorrow, right here on WNEP TV 16.
Finally tonight, move over Monopoly. There's a new board game in town. We're all familiar with Monopoly, using play money to buy a property in Atlantic City.
Well, now Williamsport has something in common with Atlantic City, but as Newswatch 16's Craig Stevens reports, officials are hoping the whole area will cash in on the game.
What's being delivered to this Williamsport store may prove to be the hottest Christmas gift in the area. It's a game called Wager for Williamsport. The game is like Monopoly. Players roll dice and land on properties which they can buy. The difference here is that all the properties and everything about the game represents a place in Williamsport.
It has some historic information about Williamsport on the back of some of the elements of the playing cards, and it also has some artwork concerning the general area, depicting important things about Williamsport.
98 local businesses paid for advertising space on the board, and in the middle, an artist has drawn in area attractions. Bob Trorsey is one whose store appears in the game.
It's something that people will have around the house for a long time, you know, and it's a very interesting thing. It's not just a game.
Wager for Williamsport wasn't in the store 10 minutes before this woman plopped down $12.95 to pick it up.
For my husband for Christmas.
What attracted you to it?
I saw it advertised in the Sun Gazette. Thought it'd be nice to have something from Williamsport.
The Williamsport Rotary Club hopes to make $40,000 off the sale of the game, and that's money that would be put to use right here on the scenic overlook just off Route 15 as you're coming into Williamsport. They hope to help build a travel information center, a center that's supposed to help lure more tourists and their dollars into the area. Craig Stevens, Newswatch 16, Williamsport.
That's our report for tonight.
Good night.